What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, and congratulations are in order for Mr. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder after he scores a first round knockout over the Nordic Nightmare Robert Helenius, right? And listen, this fight was much shorter than I ever thought it would be. I thought the fight would go at least 5 to 6 rounds, 6 round tops, because I felt like eventually Deontay Wilder's right hand was going to land. I felt like Robert Helenius he's too slow with punches, and he was going to leave himself susceptible to a right hand from Deontay Wilder, a vicious right hand, right? And the fight ended with the right hand for sure. But I thought that it would go later. I thought it would be later in the later rounds because I felt Deontay would have ring rust. I felt like it would take him a while for him to get acclimated to the fight and get settled in, so on and so forth. And you saw the ring rust in the first round, no question. You saw the ring rust, right? But here's the difference. A Deontay Wilder that is 214, anywhere that he was like from that 209, I think he was 209 that first Tyson Fury fight. 209 to 217-ish, around that range, he's a problem. And he's a problem simply because he can launch that right hand like a javelin. He's much quicker with his hands. He's much quicker with that right hand. It doesn't look like he's like sluggish and slow. Like in the third fight against Tyson Fury, yeah, he landed that vicious right hand and dropped Tyson Fury twice, but that right hand did not look as fast as it usually is. And that's because he was almost 240 pounds. So coming in at 214, excellent weight for Deontay Wilder. That's a target weight for him to be. Deontay's never going to be, like he was never this humongous, massive heavyweight, right? He was tall, lanky, long, and I think that build is what made his right hand so deadly. He can launch it at a top rate speed, much quicker than a lot of these other slow heavyweights are, and they couldn't respond to it or get out the way quick enough, and he hit him with the stuff, right? And I feel like in the fight he had the most success in. The first fight with Tyson Fury, he was 209. He did better than, I know he dropped Tyson Fury in that third fight. It was like a classic fight, but Deontay did better in that first fight, and I believe it's because he was much quicker. He gained weight for the second fight, and for the third fight, he gained even more weight. So I'm like, no, keep him in that 214, 215-ish, 217-ish tops, that little range right there, and he's perfect. He's perfect for that, right? Now, Deontay Wilder, where does he go from here? I think next probably is going to be Andy Ruiz. I don't think Usyk is going to fight Deontay Wilder right now. Not saying he's scared. I just think I don't know if he's going to do that, right? I thought he was going to be in attendance at the fight. He wasn't there. Oh, who knows? Maybe he'll honor it. But I feel like if he doesn't fight Usyk, Deontay Wilder is going to fight Andy Ruiz next, right? And the Ruiz fight is going to line up, I think it's a WBC title eliminator fight, right? The WBC fight is for the WBC belt, which would have Deontay Wilder in line for a fourth Tyson Fury fight. Now, being a Deontay Wilder fan, I know Deontay's limitations. I know how hard it is to beat a guy as big and strong and can take a punch like Tyson Fury. It's going to be hard, right? He dropped him, but it was hard for him to get him up out of there. I mean, and again, who knows what could happen at the lighter weight that he is now? Who knows? But I feel like, maybe he should try to go after Usyk and see how well he could do against Usyk. Maybe, he probably got to beat Ruiz next. I think it's going to be Andy Ruiz next. And then you'll see what to do from there. Now, let me address the criticisms. Oh, that was a dive. Brother, hell no. Hell no. You can't fake it being stretched out like that. The brother got sent into the shadow realm. He got knocked into the upside down, as they say on Stranger Things. The brother got knocked into oblivion. The brother was seeing stars like he was sitting inside of a wraith. You could take the L out of lover, it was over with, right? And again, that was going back. And he was able to launch it like that because he's lighter. He's lighter, man. When he's light like that, that is when he's his most dangerous. And I know that Robert Helenius is not Tyson Fury, even though he looked like a Walmart version of him or a CVS pharmacy version of Tyson Fury. I know he's not Tyson Fury. I know that Robert Helenius is not Alexander Usyk. I know he's not either one of those individuals, right? But I don't care what nobody says. Robert Helenius' last 2 victories were impressive, for sure, especially after Adam Kalnacki was built up like he was the next up-and-coming heavyweight. He had a high punch output. He threw a lot of punches, so everybody, oh my God, he can crack, he can hit, he can just smother you with those punches. And Robert Helenius said, hell no, twice. First time they thought maybe it was a fluke. Second time he came around and beat him and knocked him out easier than he did the first time around. So he was coming off of some momentum, which is great for him, right? So that was some great victories. And before the fight, I saw people saying, I don't know, man, Wilder might be up out of here. He might get knocked out. He might get stopped. His punch resistance may be gone, and his punch resistance wasn't tested tonight because we had no chance to really see it. It was only one round, and Helenius never landed anything devastating to see if Deontay Wilder's punch resistance is still there, if he has a chin on him, right? We didn't see that. And when he got dropped by Tyson Fury, really those ear shots knocked off his equilibrium. It was over with, right? And he was on groggy legs, on Bambi legs for the majority of the fight. He just showed heart and determination and grit to drop. He was after he got that ear shot in both of those fights, he was hurt. But in the third fight, he managed to just gut it out, and be able to deliver some devastating blows of his own. But let me get back to this fight. Robert Helenius was never able to land anything like that. He wasn't, so we didn't know about his punch resistance. But what we do know is that, I'm telling you, if you don't have the head movement of a Tyson Fury, if you're not elusive, if you're not quick, he's going to touch you. And it's all up to you. It's all up to the defenders, or not the defender. It's all up to the opposing fighters' punching resistance, how they're going to come back from that. That's what's going to determine how do they come back from that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Like, people like, oh man, everybody before the fight? Oh my God, we don't know if Deontay Wilder punch resistance is there. The Nordic Nightmare might whoop Deontay Wilder. He might smoke Wilder. He might embarrass Wilder. This might be Wilder's last hurrah. I mean, Helenius is a great fighter. He's a very good fighter. Not great. He's a very good fighter. I saw people saying he was a very good fighter. He has talent, so on and so forth. This might be an upset for Deontay. Deontay might cry when he loses. All of this and all of that, right? All that negative stuff. But now when a dude knock out Robert Helenius, now the fix is in. It's a dive. He dived for him. That punch didn't look real, so on and so forth. And again, it was so quick you really couldn't even tell, live. When they showed the replay and you see it from different angles, you see how devastating that mug was. Deontay didn't even throw his all into that punch like I've seen him do with other punches. He didn't throw his all into that punch like he hit Tyson Fury with in that third fight. But Deontay has listen, the boy got one of the greatest weapons ever in the sport of boxing. Whether you like him or not, that right hand is lethal. It's one of the greatest weapons ever on a boxer. Ever. He is one of the greatest punchers in boxing history. Again, I don't care if you feel like his resume is this, that, and the third, always watered down, whatever. The brother got he is one of the hardest hitting punchers in boxing history. And you can argue that one punch knockout power, the greatest one punch knockout artist we've ever seen. Seriously. Knockout percentages is extremely high in the 90 percentile. What is it, like 93% now or something like that? Now you can say, oh, he didn't fight this one and that one and all of this and all of that. Say that all you want to. You fight who in front of you? I mean, based upon him fighting who was in front of him, yeah, he putting them mugs to sleep. Like they just took some Ambien or some goddamn, what you call it, man? What they call that stuff, man? Melatonin. I got it sitting right here. Melatonin. That's how you put that boy to sleep, man. And yeah, man, the brother got a special weapon on him, which he will always be in a fight. And I think that if he's lighter, he has a better chance of landing that shot. Now, this is the thing. Every heavyweight in the heavyweight division is not as skilled as Tyson Fury. They can't roll with punches like Tyson Fury was. Some of them just don't have the chin or the mental fortitude or the what's the other word I'm looking for? Some of them don't have the grit, the resiliency to come back from a punch like that, like Tyson Fury is. Tyson Fury is an animal, man. The way I saw Robert Helenius laid out, stretched out, father stretch my hand style, the brother looked like, I promise you, like he was laying in a coffin. And I don't care what you can't fake that. When they show that punch from different angles, and you hear the sound of it, and you know it's a thudding sound, pop, pop, right? And he didn't even throw his whole hand. He didn't throw it all with all of his body weight. He didn't put all of the force on it. He didn't sit down on that punch all the way. It was going backwards off the ropes. But when he's able to shoot that mug out counter with a counter punch, Helenius was what he about to throw? Was it with the right? Was he about to throw the right? And he got caught with a right. I think it was. He was about to throw a right, got caught with a right. And it was good night Irene, man. He's able to counter quicker. And again, I'm not saying Deontay Wilder is a goddamn like Yordenis Ugas counter puncher, or he's this all-time great counter puncher. He's not, right? That's my boy, but I understand his flaws and his limitations. He's not this a super amazing counter puncher, but he will counter your ass. For sure. If you're open and you're throwing slow punches, he's going to counter your ass. And when he threw that right hand, I saw his eyes light up. His eyes got big because he saw that opening for him to land that mug. And it was short. It was a short right. But it was stunning. It was louder than that. I said, oh, shit, man. That boy dropped like a sack of potatoes, man. Got folded like the lawn chair at the Labor Day barbecue, like I always say, man. And it is what it is, man. I would love to see Deontay fight Usyk. Now, Usyk he's not gonna be like just standing in front of Deontay like Robert Helenius was. You know, he's gonna be hard to hit, right? But I think Deontay's best bet is being at this weight. He has a chance to maybe land that shot, you know, at this weight. It'll be hard. He's gonna make Deontay miss a lot. But Deontay's going to have to mix up his punches so he won't be predictable. That's why I wanted to see it go a few rounds so I could see if he had what type of punch variety he had. If he was mixing it up, he was going to the body, going to the head instead of just head hunting. Because with Usyk, you have to go to that body and then go back upstairs. Mix up your attack so that it doesn't become predictable like it was for Tyson Fury, especially in that first fight. Tyson Fury saw that punch coming a mile away. He still got hit with that motherfucker, though. He still got hit with it twice and got dropped twice. But he was still seeing it coming a lot because Deontay kept throwing it to the head. You got to mix up the punches. But nonetheless, man, give Deontay Wilder credit, right? I don't care who's a sparring partner. Like other champions haven't fought sparring partners before. We've seen it happen before. Regardless of the Malik Scott shit, y'all say, oh, he took a dive, whatever. Besides, regardless of that, that was a real knockout. Give him credit. Because if he would have lost, you would have called him trash. You would have said his ass got whooped. And y'all was saying he could have lost before the fight. Give that man full credit.